Hello everyone, this is Sheba Joy. Welcome to my channel Zion Shekinah Official. Zion means God's dwelling place. Shekinah is God's glory. Today we're going to talk about Proverbs 24, and it has verses 1 to 34. Do not envy the wicked, do not desire their company, for their hearts plot violence, and their lips talk about making trouble. By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. The wise prevail through great power, and excuse me, and those who have knowledge muster their strength. Surely you need guidance to wage war, and victory is won through many advisers. Wisdom is too high for fools. In the assembly at the gate they must not open their mouths. Whoever plots evil, whoever plots evil, it's not working. Whoever plots evil will be known as a schemer. The schemer of folly are sin, and people detest a mocker. Um, if you falter in time, in a time of trouble, how small is your strength? Yeah, that's so true. Rescue those being led away to death, hold back those staggering toward slaughter. If you say, but we knew nothing about this, does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? Does not he who guards your life know it? Will he not repay everyone according to what they have done? Eat honey, my son, for it is good. Honey from the comb is sweet to your taste. Know also that wisdom is like honey for you. If you find it, there is future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Do not lurk like a thief near the house of the righteous. Do not plunder their dwelling place, for though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes. Do not gloat when your enemy falls. When they stumble, do not let your heart rejoice. Or the Lord will see and disapprove and turn his wrath away from them. Do not fret because of evildoers, or be envious of the wicked, for the evildoer has no future hope, and the lamp of the wicked will be snuffed out. Fear the Lord and the king, my son, and do not join with rebellious officials. For those two will send sudden destruction on them. For those two will send sudden destruction on them, and who knows what calamities they can bring. To show partiality, these also are sayings of the wise. To show partiality in judging is not good. Whoever says to the guilty, "You are innocent," will be cursed by peoples, and denounced by nations. But it will go well with those who convict the guilty, and rich blessing will come on them. So true. An honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. Put your put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready. After that, build your house. Do not test against your neighbor without cause. Without you use your lips to mislead. Do not say, "I'll do to them as they have done to me. I'll pay them back for what they did." I went past the field of a sluggard, past the vineyard of someone who has no sense. Thorns had come up everywhere. The grounds were covered with weeds, and the stone wall was in ruins. I applied my heart to what I observed and learned a lesson from what I saw. A little sleep, a little sleep is a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Today, I'm actually in a rush to finish all the proverbs. I wanted to do it in the month of November itself, and then take up some and talk about a lot about Christmas and all that, which didn't happen because I was almost like, you know, uh, got like w- uh, had severe pain in my legs and hands, which was like an attack for almost a month. Even now, me and my daughter still have that, but it, by the grace of God, we're recouping, I guess. Yes, and we are because we're claiming His promise that Jehovah Rapha is God the healer. It's just not enough if we just talk, but I think, but it's important when we ponder on it and then remember that He is Rapha, meaning God, my healer, our healer. So yeah. So this today, so I'm gonna like be really quick because I think there are about like 31 chapters. We're on the 24th. I wanted to talk about all of them today before ending the new year, and what I committed I wanted to do. I want to do it, so I will talk only a few verses from what I've taken. So, um, the wise will prevail. Wisdom is too high for fools. Okay, whoever plots, let's see this. By wisdom a house is built. It's chapter 24 and 3. By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. So, what the Lord is saying is, by wisdom a house is built. I mean, you build the house with wisdom. No foolish person can build a house, right? And what does that mean? We have a song also where I'm reminded about it just now. It says, like, when you the house that was built on the rock stood firm, and the house that built on the sand collapsed, right? When flat, it says. So and what does that mean? It means that when wisdom is seen, when wisdom is put into a thing, then things flourish, but with foolishness it cannot be done. And it's so beautiful. It's also, the word of God is also saying that through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. Why? Because see, sometimes I've seen some houses which are really big, but interior, like when we go in, we don't feel I mean, there's no proper either. I'm not talking about being like rich things in there, and and if they're not there, I'm not complaining about those things. But even the richest people, when you go into their houses, they might have like the really most expensive things to decorate and all that, but there is an essence that's missing in that house, and that is the wisdom of God, the presence of God actually in that house. So no matter how rich, how beautifully they decorate and all that, it's still not that good. But if you go to another house who may not be buying all those things, but still they are rich, but when you go into that house you find that it's very pleasant, it's very beautiful, and they might not be having all those expensive things and all that, but still it looks very very beautiful and very pleasant also. Why? Because of the presence of God. So that's what this Proverbs, King Solomon is talking about. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. Then wisdom is too high. Yeah, okay, let's see 8. Whoever plots evil will be known as a schemer. The schemer of folly or sin, and people detest a mocker. So whoever plots, evil, some people are like that all the time, not being in their presence of mind. That means they don't have the wisdom of God. That means they're very foolish. They're very wicked. So they kind of like plot evil. But what happens? They will be known as a schemer. So such people are always like scheming, conniving things, bad things. And the schemer of folly are sin. That means whatever they're thinking, whatever they're saying is all sin. And the people detest a mocker. Why? Because eventually when the people also will detest such kind of people. The people, the person who's being mocked. No, it's not being mocked, but the person who's a mocker. I mean, we've seen all this, right? People who do evil and all that, they don't go unpunished by God. So in another 10, it says, if you falter in a time of trouble, how small is your strength? So it's very true, right? Like, in time of trouble, when people go wrong, when people just do some faults and all that stuff, God is asking, like, how is that? Means that your strength is very small. For example, if a person has a problem, and just because she has a problem, she has a problem of money. So because she has a problem of money, she can go into prostitution, right, to get that money. That means, where is her strength? Where is her character? So God is talking about such kind of things, small problems. Maybe that money is there to buy a dress for her and her daughters, but it's not there, so she's going into prostitution. That's not right. Rescue those being led away to death, hold back those staggering slaughter. Now, but if you say we know nothing about this, does not he who weigh the heart perceive it? Does not he who guard your life know it? Will he not repay everyone according to what they have done? See, Proverbs here, King Solomon is writing big words of wisdom here. He is saying that, the word of God is saying that anybody is going for slaughter, like anybody, unnecessarily, poorly, very badly, they're being punished, or innocent is being punished. So the word of God says, don't stand back and watch that. Go to their rescue. Because, and does he not weigh the heart? Does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? That means God, he can weigh the heart, right? See, in our heart there might be many things and all that, but if no, and no one would know. Even the husband would not know the wife's heart. The wife would not know the husband's heart. So the parents and the children and vice versa and all those things. But who would know the heart from inside out? It's only God. So God is saying, even if you do all those things and you withhold yourself from helping a unjustly act that's being done, do you think I will not perceive it? And then God is saying that if you don't do that, what is going to happen? I'm going to repay for what you have done. So every action, every deed that the person does on this earth will be repaid by God. That's why, there is a saying which says, the pit they've dug, they will fall into. Then again, the same thing, like 19, verse 19, chapter 24, verse 19 and 20 also. It says, do not fret because of evildoers, or be envious of the wicked, for the evildoer has no future hope, and the lamp of the wicked will be snuffed out. So, sometimes when we see that the wicked are flourishing, when the wicked are going good, when the wicked are having everything they want and all that stuff, God is saying, do not be envious about them. Do not fret. Do not be sad about that. Do not be like, wanting. Do not be like jealous about those things. Because why? Their end is going to come very soon. And they have a no future, I believe. How sad is that, and how deep is that? They have no future of hope, whether they're going to live, or what is going to happen to them, their children, or their belongings, their stuff. Why? Because God is saying that He is going, and the lamp of the wicked will be snuffed out. He's saying that God is going to snuff out their lamp meaning their life. So God is going to snuff that out. So for such people, we don't have to see them and then be envious and feel jealous about that. Because it says, right, what God has cursed, let no man bless. And what God has cursed, you don't have to feel good about those things, right? That's also a sin to do that. And then verse 23, to show partiality in judging is not good. Whoever says to the guilty, you are innocent, will be cursed by peoples and denounced by nations, but it will go well with those who convict a guilty, and the rich blessing will come on them. See, the thing is, God is saying, do not be partial to the showing partial to the bad people. the wicked people. But if you do that, God is not going to leave. But if you convict, that means if you also punish the bad people, the wicked people, the wrongdoers, then what is going, rich blessing will come upon those people who are right in their standing and do such things. Convict the adult, convict the wrongdoers, convict the wicked people. So when we also punish, that means it is mostly this thing is for the authorities, like in the courts, in the legal system, and also in the places, where conflicts, in the places, in business places, in offices and all that. Usually what happens, people take the sides, people take support the wrong people most of the time, and then the wrong people try to get away. But God is saying, when that thing happens, these people who have supported the wrong will be cursed. But if people convict them, that if people punish the wrongdoers and not go back, or not have favoritism or partiality, then God is saying that rich blessing will come on them. How beautiful that is. See, these are all words of wisdom, and that they need to be pondered, and they need to know that. Why? Because this is from God, and what is from God is sure to happen. So this is what I want to talk about. And thank you for listening. May the Lord bless this word. Thank you.